Welcome to your all-active Reserve and Veterans TV series. This information education show has 3 goals. Tell who military veterans are, share about all organizations, auxiliaries, their programs and officers at all levels, and tell about memorials in all the cities we serve in this network. The VA system, state and county officers, hospitals and state homes are also featured. Please do check out our websites. Share your program ideas and concerns via the contact information on the show. We open each month's show with a patriotic theme.
We'll get started. Our Boy Scout Troop 65 will present the colors. Which the ones that can stand, stand. The ones that just stay, seated. Bring forth the colors, or parade the colors. Also remain standing, and we'll be letting for airflow.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for joining us once again for Vets Visits on TV. This is my co-host.
I'm Brad Lindsay, Olmsted County Veteran Services.
And I'm Jerry Barnhart, the founder and producer of the program. And again, we're so happy to have you with us for our February show. Let's look at some dates in history for February. We want to be aware that the 3rd of February is for Chaplain's Day. Now, for those of you who are not aware, that is in honor of the 4 men who were chaplains on board a ship leaving for Europe when their ship was torpedoed, and they gave away their life jackets to the other men on board the ship as far as they would go. Okay, then we have the 12th of February is Abraham Lincoln's birthday. The 3rd Monday is President's Day, and I brought along my little friend, my party animal, okay? My party animal, who's ready to roll. He's got on his pearl vest and the whole 9 yards. And as usual, we have a Valentine's heart. And what are you going to give your Valentine, my friend, Brad?
Well, Jerry, nothing says I love you like gas station roses.
Oh, gas station. Pretty cool, man. Okay, we won't go any further with that one. All right, and then on to the 22nd, which was it will be Washington's birthday. The 23rd is the first flag raising at Iwo Jima in World War II, and the 23rd in 1991 Desert Storm ground assault, and that led into the Gulf War. Okay, Brad, give us some word now on your point of interest here. What's happening this month?
Well, this month you'll view part 2 of the 17th annual Disabled Veterans Deer Hunt, and high school juniors will pick up on the American Legion boys and girls state activities. And then, of course, my county veterans service report. On January 8th, the Department of Veterans Affairs announced plans to reopen enrollment in its healthcare system by July 2009 to about 265,000 veterans whose incomes exceed current limits. This change affects veterans whose income exceeds the current VA means test and geographic means test thresholds by 10% or less. In 1996, Congress established a priority-based enrollment system for VA and a uniform package of medical benefits to all enrollees. This legislation opened enrollment in VA's healthcare system to all eligible veterans and required that each year the Secretary of the VA assess the veteran's demand for services and determine if resources are available to provide the timely quality care to all enrollees. Enrollment for the lowest priority group of 8 groups, veterans who are not currently getting a disability compensation from the VA and who have incomes above a set threshold, was suspended in 2003. VA originally suspended enrollment for Priority Group 8s because it is unable to provide all enrolled veterans with timely access to its health care due to a tremendous growth in the number of veterans then seeking care. VA now plans to reopen this enrollment for a portion of these veterans without compromising the department's ability to provide high-quality care to all enrolled veterans who are eligible for care. This rule will hopefully take effect on June 30th, 2009.
Brad, you probably noticed that my outfit is matching today.
I did notice.
The chapeau, the cap, is from the 17th annual deer hunt that I attended back last September. It says Veterans Deer Camp Hunt at Camp Ripley. So that's one of the few times I've ever worn a cap.
Sure.
Okay, we got that taken care of. Now, last month we did view the part 1 of that annual deer hunt, sponsored by many veterans organizations and the St. Cloud Medical Center for all disabled veterans and now for deployed persons as well. We'll hear from Dennis Erie, my host, on part 2 of this feature, and we'll hear some history from the retired center, the person who began the deer hunt with help of others, Tom Holthaus, and some other aspects from Tom Olsonger, the conservation officer for the area. So here we go on to this poster, first of all listing all of the organizations and the business sponsors. And now we've moved on to a map of the downrange operation of the deer hunt at Camp Ripley in Minnesota. You hopefully have some kind of operation like the deer hunt and the spring turkey hunt in your state. You might want to look into that with the VA commissioner.
And your name, sir, is?
My name is Tom Holthaus, former medical center director at the VA hospital in St. Cloud.
And what is your connection with the deer hunt, sir?
Well, now, since I retired 12 years ago, I'm a volunteer.
And did you have something to do with the beginning of the deer hunt?
18 years ago, I arrived at the VA hospital in St. Cloud as medical center director, and the first year I was there, I was approached by the DNR, Mr. Jeff Talon, wanting to know if I were interested in possibly having a disabled hunt for veterans here up at Camp Ripley. Well, since I'm also a deer hunter, I thought it'd be a great idea. So we got with the commander of Fort Ripley, who also happened to be a deer hunter, and then we introduced special legislation from the state of Minnesota, and they passed a bill authorizing this special hunt. And it's been going on now for 17 years.
This is a 17th year.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Fantastic. And you kind of worked with this gentleman next to you as far as moving the program along with other volunteers, and you're from St. Cloud?
Yes, yes. I'm Dennis here with the St. Cloud VA Medical Center, and with Tom's giving the approval, we've been doing this program now 17 years, and I coordinate it from the VA standpoint. We also have DNR involvement as well as Camp Ripley involvement, and of course we have a slew of veteran organizations, the DAV, American Legion, VFW, and the PVA supporting this financially, along with other entities.
Manpower, lots of manpower.
Lots of manpower.
Sure.
It's huge. We have 53 hunters right now this year in the field. Each one has a partner. And in addition to that, there's probably about 35, 40 other volunteers that are supporting those hunters and partners in the field this year.
I heard something about last year's hunt, that it was the largest number of deer harvested.
Yes, last year we had harvested 18 deer. We're very fortunate. This year the weather's cooperating. We're hoping to break that number as well. Right now we have 2 deer that have been taken so far this morning, an 8-point buck and a yearling. So we're optimistic. The sun's shining and the weather has improved from yesterday with all the rain.
As I was doing a shot on the buck, I noticed something special about its antlers.
Yes, that particular deer had run into a parachute, a what they do is up at Ripley, they'll during evening hours when they're doing patrolling and maneuvers, they will shoot up flares. The flares have canisters on them attached with parachutes. That deer happened to come across a parachute with a canister on it, and it was wrapped around its horns.
Really freaky.
An odd-looking deer with a canister and a parachute on its horns. As I said, the second time that's happened in 16 years. So what I'd like to do is pass the microphone over to Todd Tunsinger with the DNR, who's been involved with this program for 16 years. Todd?
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
So, what is your perspective as a conservation agent for the state of Minnesota, regarding the deer hunt?
Yeah, this has been a great deer hunt. We've been involved since its onset, of course, with the work that Dennis does here and the VA hospital, along with the military affairs. It's just been a great opportunity to see hunters that haven't had a chance to hunt for many years to be able to get out and hunt now. Just fun to see their faces light up and such. Not only when they get a deer, but also just being with other fellow veterans and talking over some of the old days, and even some of the new guys that have unfortunately been injured during other conflicts, such as the Iraqi war, to be able to see those young people be able to get out and hunt. And some first-time hunters, but most of them have been hunters for many years, and it's just a great opportunity to be able to get them back out in the field and enjoy the great outdoors that we all love so much.
And you met the young lady who also got her deer.
Yep.
For the first time out.
Yep, and we've had some gals that have hunted, and unfortunately they're not the majority out there, but we've had some gals over the years that have hunted, and I think there's been a few that have taken deer over the years.
Is the population exploded a little bit recently? Or
no, the population's been holding pretty steady. We've had some, a series of mild winters now, probably the last 10 or so that have been fairly mild, so the population's been good and healthy. We're in a neighborhood of probably 30 deer per square mile. And it sounds like a lot, but when you break it down, they're still not everywhere. You'll see a lot in one spot and a few in the others, but excellent chance for the hunters to get a deer then.
Dennis and I saw several not a flock, what do you call it? Herd.
Yes, we saw probably 9-10 of them on the way down range to take a look at a deer that was harvested this morning. There's quite a few deer down range.
Yep.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for sharing with us this morning on the program, and keep up the good work. This has been our second time up here, and it's been a most enjoyable experience.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
We're now at the VFW post in Little Falls, where there will be a dinner this evening. The post number is 1112, and the DAV is serving the dinner. Is that correct? And this is the cake which has been presented for tonight's meal. And what's on the menu for tonight, sir?
Tonight we have roast beef, roast pork, real mashed potatoes, homemade gravy, beans, bread, and of course the cake for dessert.
Cake. We're not going to eat this cake, though, are we?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that would be a shame. That's a work of art. And then, of course, you have our little October friend over here, don't you? Have you named him? No.
No.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome to Vet's Visits, and you are? And your name is?
Well, my name is Al Morozic. I am the past department commander of the Disabled American Veterans of the state of Minnesota.
And your capacity here this evening is as?
Well, what we do this evening, we're hosting, our Chapter 12 is hosting the banquet.
Of the DAV?
The Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 12. We are hosting the banquet for tonight for all the disabled hunters that are out here tonight. And the deployed soldiers that are going to be here also with us. We're looking at about 150 we're going to be serving. And we are proud, our chapter is proud to host this here banquet for this event.
You're holding this at the VFW Hall.
We are holding our banquet at the VFW Club here in Little Falls, post 1112. And this is also where our Chapter 12 holds its monthly meetings. And and our functions are all right here at the VFW Club in Little Falls.
And you've been the host for this Wednesday night banquet every year since it started, just about?
This will be our 17th year, and we've been doing the banquet for 17 years for this disabled veterans deer hunt.
That's fantastic. We appreciate the fact of what you're doing for these people and for all of us that are related to this hunt in any way. And you're wearing one of the official caps, I see. I can't quite get it into focus.
Well, it's...
Thank you so much for sharing.
Okay, Jared. Thank you.
We started with nothing, and we've accumulated all of our different artifacts since then.
Mm-hmm.
We have approximately 30,000 artifacts here at the
Is that right? I'm just covering this display of armored wear and sailors' caps and etc.
This part of the museum is our what we call the sutler store. It's open to the public, and we sell items here.
Oh, okay. So these aren't necessarily museum pieces. Right. Okay.
This is what we call our arms room. We have pistols, rifles, submachine guns, machine guns here from all different eras. Most of these weapons were donated to the museum. There are a few pieces of federal property. Right now you're looking at submachine guns that go all the way back to the Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
And we have machine guns, heavy machine guns off to your left there. And this arms room is just part of the 10,000 square feet of military exhibits we have at the museum. And of course our mission is to collect military artifacts that are connected with Minnesota military history and display them for the general public to see.
What do you feel is probably the oldest piece of equipment that you have?
As far as weapons are concerned, it's off on the other side over here. The ones that you're looking at there are Second World War submachine guns. Mm-hmm. Okay, the top weapon is an 1808 flintlock musket, and the other weapons as we go down are other muskets that were primarily used during the Civil War back in the 1860s.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are 1840, 1842 models. No? We're scanning, looking outside at some of our outside exhibits. We have the 40 and 8 boxcar, the Gratitude Train.
From World War I.
It's from World War I and was
France.
sent by the French people after World War II. Each state got one, and we've sheltered ours to keep it in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just like to mention that the museum is open from the 1st of May through the end of September daily, and from October to April we're open on Thursdays and Fridays.
Mm-hmm. Now
so
we
are open to the public.
Okay. We've just scanned the grasshopper from the Korean era, right?
Yep, that's an OH-23 helicopter that was just restored this summer, completed and set up for us. And over behind it is an OH-58 Kiowa, which was used during the Vietnam War and is still used today. The other aircraft you see over to the right there is a Huey, which was made famous during Vietnam. It's now obsolete, was replaced by the Black Hawk, and off to the right is a Cobra. And Cobras were used during Desert Storm. They're primarily a tank killer. Continuing scanning our outside exhibits, we have vehicles, tanks, other aircraft, artillery pieces. You're looking at the backside of an L-19, which is a World War II and after Korean War era observation plane. In the background we have several tanks. We have World War II M4 tank all the way up to the current M1 tank that's on display. Right now you're viewing M113 armored personnel carrier. They've been replaced by the Bradley fighting vehicle, but this personnel carrier is used to haul combat troops right up to the combat line. And adjacent to it we have a tank recovery vehicle, and off to the right of that you'll be seeing an Army duck. The duck is unique in that it's on a 2.5 ton truck chassis, but it can go both on land and in the water.
Thank you so much, Colonel, for sharing this information with us, and we certainly hope people will take advantage if they're coming well, south of Brainerd area.
South of Brainerd, 7 miles north of Little Falls.
In our 18 states, we invite people to come on over and check it out.
Well, good.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
As time permits now in our program, we want a heads up for all high school juniors and seniors, for parents and for grandparents and for everyone who would have a person interested in the Boys and Girls State program sponsored by the American Legion through the area high schools. February and March is the time to begin touching base with your local Legion post and with the high school guidance counselor. Just ask for an application blank for Boys and Girls State. And we've got a lot of great information coming up now via a DVD that was sent to us through the National American Legion and through the Minnesota Department.
The American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary present Boys State and Girls State summer programs. Are you up for the challenge? Boys State and Girls State. 1 week that shapes a lifetime. You'll hone your public speaking skills. You'll discover the true meaning of patriotism. You'll have fun. You'll experience how government works. You'll be inspired by engaging speakers.
It's best to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have that opportunity and not be prepared.
This isn't for everyone. Can you handle it?
Go out there and you go beyond what you're used to. You'll get such an awesome experience and you'll have so much fun learning and meeting amazing people.
First couple days it might be hard, but once you get into it and run for an office and stuff, it's amazing and it's a lot of fun. You'll make friends that will last you a lifetime.
The American Legion Boys State and the American Legion Auxiliary Girls State programs are unique summer events that offer the top academic, athletic, and creative high school students an opportunity to come together and participate in constructing local, county, and state governments. These programs are designed to provide leadership, public service, and political experiences. Each state's program is uniquely tailored and overseen by a local staff in coordination with American Legion and American Legion Auxiliary members.
The experience at Boys State is quite remarkable. It's something that I never expected.
Everybody just really put their best foot forward and created just this amazing environment where everybody was happy and excited to be here.
I've had a really fun time at Badger Boys State so far, campaigning for mayor, playing in the band. I'm a drummer. It's really great to know that it's not just about politics and that they have sports and music also.
I've had a lot of fun just meeting new people, but also I've ran for quite a few offices and got most of them that I ran for. And it's just really fun to see the inner workings of government.
Well, I'm serving as governor this year, so there's a lot of jobs for the governor to do, and I have a large staff that can help me out. And I've definitely learned that no one person can do anything alone. So I've learned how to delegate responsibilities and use a team effort to get the job done.
I've had an amazing time. I met a lot of new people. I made a lot of new friends in such a short amount of time. At Girls State, you meet people that are a lot like you.
You deal a lot with politics, but more importantly, you learn about character and you learn how to speak in public, and you learn elements that will come handy later on in life.
This is going to be a fun week.
Boys State and Girls State, 1 week that will shape your lifetime. Are you ready for this? Check it out today. Log on to boysandgirlsstate.org or see your guidance counselor for more information.
Well, Brad, the three of us can now sing Happy Valentine's Day, right?
I suppose.
My little Valentine. Huh?
I don't know that one.
You don't? It's long before your time limit. Okay, my friends. Thank you for tuning in once and again for our program of Vets Visits on TV. Brad, have you got a final word?
Yeah, get her something nice. Stay away from the gas station.
Stay away. Whatever. Thank you. Share with us again next month, won't you? And tell your friends to join us for Vets Visits on TV. Thank you for joining us for this month's show. Seen in over 350 communities for over 3,500 half-hour periods. Our websites have additional information about the show and are updated bi-monthly. To contact us, you are welcome to use one of these electronic methods. For all ground mail with questions, suggestions for future programs, you may use this address. Our IRS nonprofit status is 501c3, Information Education. The Minnesota Commissioner of VA and these state-level organizations believe in and endorse Vets Visits. Join us next time, won't you, for Vets Visits on TV.